It's always good to know how technology evolved to figure out why things are the way they are. So today we have HTML, we have our CSS, and we have our JavaScript, and each of these do different things. The HTML sets up the foundation, the CSS styles it, and the JavaScript adds in the functionality. But it wasn't always like that. At one point in time, this everything was done within the HTML document. So what people used to do is they used to add in a script tag. And a script tag, you could add in JavaScript. Okay? And even though I'm not going to show you how JavaScript works because I have my own 1 hour JavaScript class which teaches you JavaScript in only 1 hour. It's very similar to this class. I can go ahead and I can, for example, say alert, and this is running JavaScript here. So if I go run with JS here, all it will do is it will pull up a window here. Now, in the past, JavaScript was one of those languages where this was pretty much its major function. Okay, and you can see that browsers nowadays have this prevent this from creating additional dialogues. And so what this is that this highlighted area right here is all JavaScript. So you can add in functionalities, you can make calculators, you can do all of this function that you would expect a computer to do. And you can't really do that with HTML. It is possible to make a calculator with HTML, but it's not very effective. In fact, it's really cumbersome and very unintuitive. So the short answer is you do want to use JavaScript for these reasons. The next thing is you also have a style, for instance. Okay, now style is CSS. And remember back when I taught you about styles? Well, you used to have to do that all within the HTML document, but not anymore. You now have your own file that you can do this in here. Now, for instance, if I wanted to, for example, add in the P to be a, color red, you can now see that it's red. And this is CSS right here. That's all it is. And I can change this to orange. I can change whatever type that I want into that here. And so the style tag and the script tag are now in their own separate files. And it's kind of hard to understand this when you're with JSBin because JSBin is again set up for you to go and prototype your HTML. It's there for you to see in real time what you're doing. But when you actually go into web development, the CSS is going to be a different file and the JavaScript is going to be a completely different file here. Okay? And those files are set up in the same kind of folder as the HTML here. Okay? So you have your style, which used to be at one point in time all in the HTML document in your script, which used to be in your HTML document as well. They still do this in some cases, but generally it's best practice to put these off into different files.